Well, for me, I can only say it was always there. When I was in school, aged 8, I was aware it was waiting for me. I didn't know why. It chose me. Sounds a bit pretentious, I suppose, but it's the simple truth.
So Ken, were you involved in like amateur dramatics as a child? You didn't
No school plays.
Right, wow, okay.
None of it, but I knew it was waiting for me.
And did you study it? Did you go to...
Yeah, well, no, I studied the old way. I became an acting ASM. An ASM in the theatre is a dog's body. You are the assistant to everybody. And you have to know how to paint flats, how to make them, how to clean them. And you're thrown on the stage in small parts because you're cheap. And that is the old way. Drama schools only exist from about the year 1900, when Beerbohm Tree started the Royal Academy. But before then, like any other trade, a young actor joined a group of actors and he was brought on by the leading master actors of the company until he himself could call himself an actor. An apprenticeship. That's what I had. And it's still going on. Your apprenticeship never ends in this game.
Cool. Just for me to answer the question, really, I've always been into remote control cars, boats and planes as a kid, and I was looking for something to do back in 2007, another model to build, nearly a Dalek, but it didn't fit my car, thankfully, so I was R2D2, and yeah, that's what's happened now. So
yeah, I'm still waiting on you build it.
See, I have to make a point, if I may, a serious point. Underneath all the sort of sometimes crappy entertainment pages stuff in the popular press, being a professional actor as a life is as strong a calling as any priest or doctor or explorer. It just is. There's no sense to it, and you don't know why, but it's too powerful to ignore. That's the only answer I can give you.
Right. Thanks, Tim. Anyone else? Any other questions at all? Well, that was easy. It must be someone.
Oh, that's it. Tea time.
Wow, let's go. I haven't had lunch yet.
Lunch break.
Well, can I say, if there's no other questions, if you do think of any other questions,
Silly.
Ken and Jimmy are downstairs.
There is an interesting story, if I may have time to go to you.
Go for it.
As I look at you, very few people here are old enough to know what state this country was in at the end of World War II. It was on its knees. Its major city centres were lying shattered from the bombing. Food was rationed. There was no money. And a brilliant filmmaker called Alexander Korda from Hungary went to the British government and he said, I want to make a movie to lift the nation's spirits. This movie is going to be one of the most fantastic, thrilling, romantic movie with special effects in anybody's ever seen. And it's going to be in the new Technicolor, which normally Britain couldn't afford. And he said no single producer can afford to make this film. And the Board of Trade agreed with him. And they agreed to guarantee this film against loss. And when it came out, it was the most phenomenally successful film in the history of British filmmaking, particularly in the US, the big market. It was called The Thief of Bagdad. And it starred a young Indian elephant mahout who'd never acted. He wasn't an actor, but he was riveting. He was a natural force on the screen. And way over in the state of New Jersey, a boy of 10 years old went to see this British film. Everybody was raving about it. And he came out of the cinema at the end of the movie and said, that is the greatest thing of its kind that I have ever seen. And one day, I'm going to do that. And the boy's name was George Lucas. So it pleases me to think that as we all sit here today, We're all the great, great grandchildren of the Thief of Baghdad.
Interesting. Thanks, Kev. Thank you. Any questions? Any more? Sorry, Kev. Did you just want to say something else? Sorry.
No, that was...
Okay.
That says it all.
It does, indeed. If anybody...
Unless you've got questions, that says it all about where we are.
If you think of anything later, the R2 building's just the other side of the screen. Jimmy and Ken are downstairs signing for the rest of the afternoon. Do go down and go and see them. I also want to say a special thank you to all the R2 builders for coming up here and the organisers of the event as well for hosting this and having us come here and showcase our joy. And if anybody wants to talk to any of us, if anyone wants to talk to